Welcome to Notre Dame Stadium, where they will shake down thunder from the sky to cheer on their Fighting Irish and hoping that plenty of echoes will reverberate in victory at the end of the game. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on the 20th EA Sports College Football. Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Pitt lined up for the opening kickoff. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So Notre Dame's offense will take the first swing of the game. These rivalry games. Get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Gets away from one, he's got space. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
And that touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Pitt Panthers offense has the ball for the first time. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
The quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different, man. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. A running back on a linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And the Panthers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? In the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Fires to the big fella. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Trying to push their way into the end zone on third and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. An 84-yard drive there, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired. And
I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And I think that completion is as good as a first down, right? Because you set yourself up now in 4th and inches. And quarterback sneak's going to get it done. You can keep this drive alive.
His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
They'll give it to the back. At the 35, he's got room. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something.
Fires the pass, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across. Safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not. Unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity.
Pulls it in inside the 10. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Looking to throw. He caught it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Looking for the score. He gets it in. Touchdown, Irish.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be knocked down. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Quick completion to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held it. Rush, get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
He wants to throw. Fired. brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
I think everybody thinks when you say middle of field safety, that's an easy responsibility. There's a lot of field in the middle, okay? I got to cover a lot of space. He does an unbelievable job covering space, breaking on the football, seeing the route, and going and getting the interception. Nice play by that safety.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
On second down, looking to throw. Dumps it to the back. Complete. And a little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Big-time play there in the passing game. That's important for Notre Dame, too, as a program, because we know they've always been able to run the football, and we've seen them in recent years get to the playoff. They've reached national championship games, but they haven't been able to pull it off. For this program to take the next step, they have to be more consistent and dynamic in the explosive passing game, and I think this guy gives them the opportunity to take the program to the next level.
The play action fake. He finds his man. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And that's why, as a defense, you can stay in your base personnel because of that linebacker. You don't have to substitute DBs to take on these receivers out in space. This linebacker is quick, he's athletic, and he is outstanding tackling people in the open field.
Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He's going to throw deep right side. And he makes the catch inside the 20. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Quarterback will audible. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the...
The offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. Second and third and long, there's not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you could tell in that pass rush, man, they were coming.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Michigan proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Wolverines team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Coming after it. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 15. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. This time he's got it. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Clock's still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise we saw just that in the first half today. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Ready to go here in the 2nd half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the 3rd quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the 2nd half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. He makes the connection. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Trying play action. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He'll fire to his right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Unlike the old school thinking, this is the area of the field that is really 4-down territory now. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on...
I like the idea to go for it there on fourth down. You're basically at midfield, and you've got confidence in your guys to be able to go out. You've got experience in this offense. Guys have made these types of plays before. That time, the defense stepped up, they bowed up, and made a better play and take over. Now you need your defense to get on the field in a sudden change situation and get you the football back.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run play action. Got it behind the line. It's awesome. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play, the 3rd quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
And a great job on the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. Pitt right back to the line.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. When you're starting like that, now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll try to get the edge on the left. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back. You better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game in the toss back.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Running to the left. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Panthers have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He'll come out throwing on first down. Gets it out quickly. Tackled immediately after the catch. No huddle here for the offense.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how they're up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Fires to the tight end. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. Down to the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Pitt pushing the pace. He'll run it again. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the fourth. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped.